Get you back. So anyway, but yeah, that's keeping up with the Bidens, y'all, and we'll see how this. I know this year ain't gonna end right, but
garbage and sanitation workers. No, they want to live in big houses that they see on videos.
You know, my thing is, I thought it was funny because it was the caller that did it, but at the end of the day, it's when you're a public figure,
that the whole thing makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of the time, I love living in this, country that we're free and we have this freedom of speech. But every now and then,
when she did, listen, the Trump, brother, if she could turn back the hands of time, Doc, ain't no Dave Chappelle. I'll tell you that.
And so you need to be put out and put on notice. The hell no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Thank you, Eleanor, so much. Isn't she beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. Thank you. Hey, it's Monday, y'all, and I am excited once again because we got stuff to talk about. And I mean, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm going to try my best. Let me just stop lying. Y'all know I ain't finna try my best to keep my time together. So without further ado, y'all, let's bring in the family, madam. Come on in this place. Let's get this thing started. Sir, ma'am, gentlemen, lady, good to see y'all. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hear you loud and clear.
Listen, y'all, I had to keep the dogs in the backyard because they already back here fighting. So yeah, we're gonna try to keep it calm today because there's some elephants in the room and some packers in the room, and I don't want to start no trouble. But and listen, there's a Georgia bulldog up there, and we got plenty to talk about today, y'all. So y'all doing all right today?
Oh, I'm doing just dandy. I'm just doing peachy keen.
Look at
my goodness. I can't stop smiling today.
Man, I am so excited. I'm glad to see y'all. Listen, y'all, I'm ready to get started. But I before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I wanna shout out to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle did his SNL over the weekend, and I'm gonna just tell y'all, if you don't laugh at Dave Chappelle, you probably have a modified high school diploma.
Oh, ouch.
You have a diploma that has an asterisk by it. Can I say that? Because but this is what I learned, and this is the one thing about Dave Chappelle is he's exposing the reality that the world is just not wanting to get along anymore. We don't want to get along because we only want to laugh. Now, everybody can laugh at jokes about black people, but apparently the Jews took offense to him making fun of them. And I just didn't understand that. But, Black, you saw it. What was your thoughts about that, man, before we get into this thing?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I agree with you. His brand of comedy is so high level in terms of intelligence. We haven't seen anything like it before. And he is exposing the hypocrisy of our democracy. Let me just say that.
Yeah, 100%. That for sure, 1,000%. Devin, did you get the chance to see him?
I did. I missed like the first few minutes of it, but then I watched clips because I've always liked Dave Chappelle. But first of all, cheaters never win, but that has nothing to do with nothing. But I've always loved that Dave Chappelle. He does not discriminate. He, across the board, everybody can get it. So I've always loved that about him.
That's right.
Wow. Kenny, I'm going to leave it with you. What you think, man?
I just want to know where your jersey at today, Devin. Where your jersey at?
I mean, we win so often, I ain't got to wear it. I'd have to buy so many of them. You know what I'm saying? To play it off.
We're gonna talk more about this in sports.
Right.
I know you in your feelings right now. That's okay. I'm gonna let you make it. We're gonna get to you back in sports. But to Dave Chappelle, I actually watched that monologue like 3 times, and like Black, I have one word for it: brilliant. I think he the way he was able to bring it full circle. If you really listen to how he set up everything, it was set up in a way that was just, to me, was outstanding. And I mean, even if you're Jewish, I don't see how you could be mad at that, because it was really, he was really keeping it real with some humor in it. My thing is, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you're not human. I think sometimes we done get too doggone sensitive and serious in this country that we can't even laugh at ourselves. And I just thought I thought what he did was brilliant, in my opinion.
You know, one of the things that you bring up is we've gotten so serious, and I really think it's because now everybody's feeling the scrutiny and the mockery of their community. See, we've had to deal with it because we didn't have any power, so we had to laugh at it to keep from crying. But now when the shoe is turning, and again, the best joke is the one that you tell the truth about. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem, is that we're telling y'all truth, but we're making fun of it.
You know what, Brenton? I'm gonna ask you guys. Did y'all notice that they didn't beep the N-word out? At least on the YouTube version, they didn't beep it out. He said it twice. Did you see us? Did you see any black folks getting upset with him saying the N-word? But then you have the Jewish community feeling all in their feelings. But he said the N-word twice.
Again,
it wasn't bleeped out. So
well, okay, we'll have to talk about this next week. This is I just wanted to give a shout out to and speaking of one of the fools he made a clown of. Let's keep up with Georgia. Listen. Warnock and Herschel, it's funny, man. I promise y'all, I'm gonna be honest. When Herschel died, he got CTE on the brain. I promise you that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He gone, y'all. So listen, currently the Senate has now officially taken back majority for the Democrats, and the Republicans are probably going to have the majority in the House. But here's the beauty about this moment. They don't have a supermajority, which will then allow them to not be able to do things that they really wanted to do. So guess who's happy about that? Uncle Joe, right? But here's the problem, and I want to speak to this because we got a Georgia native right here. Man, what's going on down there, man? Why are these people voting for that knucklehead?
Because we get, and I live in Atlanta, which is the Black Hollywood. But people forget the South in general, the whole block of the South. I'm talking Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. It's Republican. It's red.
That's it.
And we get caught up and sometimes the misconception is that we have a say so. We really don't. And that's why Governor Kemp defeated Stacey Abrams. The only thing I'm happy about here is that the runoff, they don't have the 9 weeks that they would have had. So they've got about 4 weeks, and, we're going to be bombarded with some more. But the reality is it speaks to, a microcosm of where the country is. The absurdity, that the state was still vote for a man that clearly is unhinged. This is one of the nastiest campaigns you've ever seen, but it was ushered in by the Trump era anyway. And that an idiot, that he has to run against an idiot, is an insult to the state, but that's where we are.
And here it is. The beauty of this moment is he is a walking trope. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if that man was kept his same character, but he was running as a Democrat, I mean, they couldn't flush the turd fast enough down the toilet. But because he's riding down the red wave, which I guess it turned into a kiddie pool, it doesn't matter. And that is so hypocritical to me but it's almost a slap in the face of a black man, because y'all always want to denounce our character. You're always trying to find a reason to then dehumanize us. But the very thing that this man does, all of a sudden, it ain't that big of a deal now, just because he okay with what y'all trying to do. I mean, if looking at a metaphor was a person and a party, that's it, man. I mean, we talk about Kanye. Well, Herschel is the house nigga. I mean, come on, y'all. Everybody know what time it is. So anyway, I just want y'all to know that it doesn't matter now. But I hope, George, for for everybody's sake, I don't care about a Republican or Democrat. I just don't want somebody like him going in there because they gonna make so much fun of him. Because white folks ain't seen a black man like that in Washington D.C. like that. They ain't seen that. No, y'all told us no. So if y'all get one of them, just know y'all gonna be exposed to something y'all think y'all know stereotypes. Just hold on. Just hold on. Yeah, okay. Anyway. All right, what we got next, man? Black Panther 2 review. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't seen it.
I haven't either.
I haven't seen it, but you seen it then? Okay, well we're gonna rely on the Bulldogs up here then, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was told to wait till it come out on streaming. That's what I was told, and it just speaks feminism to me, and I don't know, man. That's just not what I grew up with. I didn't grow up like that. I'm not misogynistic like that, but I just can't fathom in my mind no woman whooping no man like that. It just doesn't make sense, right? So all right, Black, take us through us, man. What's your highs and lows, and
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist.
Pull out your card, Doc.
And I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that. Particularly when it comes to my superheroes, and I'm very serious about that. I'm a big Marvel fan, and but Marvel generally gets it right as opposed to DC. DC Comics. Having said that, I'm not going to give away any plots, in just in case you want to see it. I'll start right here on a scale of if I'm going to give it a letter grade, I'll give it a B. It's not as good as the first one, but considering what he was up against, I'm talking about the director Ryan Coogler. He did a great job. I gotta say, it's a long movie, but it didn't feel that long. I went to see it Friday night, 12:30 showing, and let me just start. It's close to 3 hours long.
Oh wow!
But it did not feel that way, because let me start right from the beginning. Disney did something that they very rarely do. From the opening credits of the Marvel emblem itself, they gave a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and you could hear a pin drop.
Wow.
It was a seminal moment, one that you do not often experience in a theater. It was the most solemn thing for a way of film to begin from the very outset. And then they addressed his death immediately, which I thought was very smart. And the plot itself, this is why I said he was up against a tremendous battle that there was no way to overcome it.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman left such an indelible mark on the character. Yep. And to lose him is tantamount to Michael Jackson making Thriller, and then all of a sudden, somebody else coming behind trying to make that album. It's Michael Jackson. And a lot of times what's thrust upon African Americans is a greater burden than on any other show. When we look at the Grammys and the way it's produced versus the BET Awards, haven't you always noticed how on Black award shows, we cram all of our entertainers in all at one time, on the stage, to present one simple award, all while they're being bombarded with commercials shot to hell. So for 10 minutes of superstars, you get 15 minutes of commercials. That's what this felt like. He was facing a situation where he had to overcome the death of the main character, close out phase 4 of the Marvel series this was the last of the Avengers series, introduced the phase 5 series, because the girl that's playing the role of the young girl, I don't want to give away too much, she's launching the new generation of phase 5 Marvel, correct? All while telling a story that paid respect to the legend, the iconic nature of what this film had become. And considering all that he was up against, I give it a solid B.
Okay.
It's visually still stunning. They was able to tell a story and humanize what is a fantastic world and make it realistic and humanize it to what you would expect, considering it if an industrialized one nation owned vibranium, what would America do? What would the United States do? And introduction of the antagonist character, I thought was brilliant. Ryan Coogler, what he does better than anybody else, he doesn't introduce villains. He introduced antagonists. He tells a story to where there's a difference that you can see both sides of the coin. He did it with Killmonger in the first one, and he did it with Namor. So staying true to the genre of comic books, because people take that very serious.
Yes.
He introduced the character of Namor, and it was stunning. The world was stunning. The problem was, it just felt like he was telling 3 movies in one. Ironically, with 3 hours, he needed more time, but he did a good job interweaving all of those plots in there. And I'll add this last part. You're right, Brenton. It was a little thrown off to see her assume the role of the Black Panther, but what he did that was smart. He made her an unwilling Black Panther, and that allowed the chauvinist in me to accept it.
Okay, because she didn't want to take it.
She wasn't becking for it, and even they made the fight scenes realistic to where she didn't inherit his power. And there is one scene in which she becomes the Black Panther that really made the most sense of why she did it. And if you know anything about the story, when she go to the ancestral plane where she was, I don't want to give away, that tells the true part of how she accepted the role of Black Panther, because he had set up a plot of an antagonist that she had no choice, and it made sense. And that's where he did a brilliant job.
I appreciate what you did. That was very good. It wasn't it? I'm telling you,
that's real good.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. So what Black is telling me then is this is not for the passive watchers. If you're engulfed into comic books, then you get it. Because I feel you, and at the same time, I understand she wasn't because feminism is some sort of entitlement. And what you just said is that she did not take this as this belongs to me anyway.
No.
Well, okay, love it. Well, I may go spend $8. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have your feel about the Black Panther. Devin, you going to see it?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was waiting on it to come on Prime or something. Because when it originally came out, I was super excited. I was that person that had my ticket way before it was in the theaters, the whole 9. But with him not being alive, it just made it somber and just not exciting to me. I just don't know how they can. And you've kind of inspired me to want to see it now. I just I didn't see how they could fill his shoes and make me as interested as I was and excited as I was originally. It starts off somber with me with just the fact that they're doing it. So he had to be an avid comic, and I get it. And so for him to say that they're transitioning to the new, and everybody knew they're transitioning to the new MCU with X-Men and all that. So I get so that was very ingenious. So as a man who knows his position and he plays it well, very good, Cougar. All right, man, where we at next? Mama. Y'all know there go that man. Well, listen, y'all. There's a follow-up. Now, look, in my own little town over here, a little lady. I ain't gonna call her name, but she's 63 years old, and she applied for a PPE loan for $1.2 million, y'all. And now they done put all the people in place in the IRS and all that. Well, she just got picked up 4 days ago. 4 days ago. They said, I am going to call her name, Annette Bryan, 63-year-old.
I was going to say, why you not going to call her name out? Yeah.
I'm feeling a little Dave Chappelle, right? I just said the stage. I am going to call her name. Yeah.
Put on 635, brother. Go ahead, put on 635.
Listen, November the 8th, she was arrested for defrauding the PPE Graham and Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program out of more than $1.2 million. She's been charged with 1 count of wire fraud, 8 counts of making false statements to a bank, and 1 count of engaging in monetary transactions in property derived from unlawful activity. Apparently, she said she was the sole owner and proprietor of several businesses, and she had a whole lot of employees, and so she needed a whole lot of PPE. They coming together. And I'm gonna just tell y'all something. She don't look like us. So
I was going to ask.
No. And so let me tell y'all something. When they come and get them that don't look like, y'all know we in trouble. Y'all know we in trouble. So I'm telling y'all, listen, I know 2 people that took it. And I just told them, you better tell your kids we'll see you in a little bit. Because they coming to.
Was it under 30? If it's under 30, they all right. They all right.
You think if they have a 30,000, they all right?
They haven't been touching people with the lower amounts.
Really? Well, you know what? She did take almost $500,000. She took 1.2
She
million.
took 1.2 million. Yeah. They ain't playing about that. Yeah, they want that money.
So Devin say they ain't gonna get the small fries. They're gonna get the big chumps.
They'll probably get them in income tax. They probably won't like arrest them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There
we go.
They won't get them by with the.
You better tell me something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Kenny, what you think about this, man? Is the chicken coming to roost?
Yeah, man. Hey, it is what it is. You do the time, you do the crime, you do the time. I'm like, yo, you can't take no $1.2 million from the government. And you done making up all these businesses, and you done created employers and all that, and think that you're gonna get by with it. Yeah, she got by with it for a little bit, but eventually, the government, they know your name, they know where you at, and they're gonna come get you, no matter how many aliases you got. Now, I hope the state of Mississippi come after Brett Favre like they coming after all these other people. After he done stole from them, we're gonna see if they do that.
That's right.
Y'all gonna go after Brett Favre, and that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, we're gonna see.
Black, what's your take on this, man? They gearing up, man. They say we coming out this thing, and we're gonna get our money back now. You clowns got played.
I agree with Sister Devin in the sense that they're gonna come after the big fish first. But I'm gonna tell you something. I have a friend who works for the FBI, and he told me something one time. He said, "We know where the criminals are."
Exactly.
He said, "We just really, we don't meddle in the small crimes." He said, he said we can walk at any time we want to on any given street and go directly to the house where the crime is and pick them up. The IRS,
it's crazy.
They know even the small fries. I got family members who took the PPE loan, and like you said, Sister Devin, where they may not lock you up, it might be 5 years from now. When you think you got away with it, and they're going to slap a bill on you, and here's the catch, it's going to be penalties and interest. They're going to put you in a hole that you can't come out of, because all of a sudden, when you laughing and kiki, every teeth in your head is showing, and you think you got away with it. Well, remember back in 2021 when you took that PPE loan, and you got it for we gave you $20,000, and we now realize that was an error. And now when we add penalties and interest, you now owe us $42,000.
Get them. Show the
They come after me for my little old few thousand. I know they're gonna come after them.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, so y'all. I listen. I let your folks know. Listen, they better start getting paid underneath the table, because they better disappear, because they finna come find them. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? But I hope you enjoyed that little Corvette and whatever you got, like you do, because homeboy, somebody's gonna get that for wholesale at the auction.
Right.
So,
no doubt.
Yep. All right. Well, we just report the news. That's all right. Don't get mad at us. Where we at now, Mick? Oh, yep. You got it. All right. And listen, I don't want this fight to take long. Y'all, come on. All right, brother. Let us know. You and sister, I give y'all time. Y'all on the clock. Go for it.
We on the clock. Hey, I'm gonna be just like the minister at the church. I promise I won't be before you very long. But while I'm up here, Sister Devin gonna get some of this yellow. She gonna get some of this yellow and green though. While I'm up here, she gonna get some of this yellow and green.
Cup like they was holding on to them Cowboys during that
And your Cowboys holding this L on Monday morning too, ain't they? Just like I'm holding this cup. I love you, Sister Devin, but your Cowboys, boy, they ain't worth a quarter. Anyway, we're going to get into this. If y'all don't know, the Packers beat the Cowboys for the umpteenth time yesterday in overtime, 31-28. And, we weren't supposed to win that game, but we got the Cowboys number. Anyway, the NFC East is playing right now. We got the Commanders and the undefeated Eagles playing, and this is kind of a tight game right now. So we're gonna see, and we're gonna stay in the NFC East. We're gonna talk about these Commanders because they got a lot of stuff going on with them. More specifically, their owner. Well, guess what? The DC Attorney General has filed suit against Daniel Snyder, the Washington Commanders, Roger Goodell, and the NFL. The Attorney General for Washington, D.C. has filed a civil lawsuit against the Washington Commanders team owner, Daniel Snyder, who's trying to sell the team. The NFL and what was that?
What the?
What was that? What the hell?
That's ghetto. Just ghetto.
Oh boy, you know what? I'm not messing with y'all today. Anyway, I don't know what. Excuse that, viewers. We don't know what the heck that was, but we're gonna continue on. But to continue this story, the Washington Commanders are being sued by the DC AG because, in their words, the AG for DC, he's a Democrat. He said his office was suing because you can't lie to DC residents. Yes, we can, Brother Brent.
Okay.
In order to protect your image and profits and get away with it, no matter who you are.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's a Monday. It is a true Monday. It's a true Monday.
All the people is caught up to him, huh? Is that where he at?
It's a Monday.
I guess whoever kicked him off as a Cowboys fan, I don't know. Last week we had some dude just talking out the blue. I don't know. Okay, I guess I don't know.
He's back.
There he is.
What the? Hey,
I don't know, brother.
Devin is up to this. I already know, Devin. You done did this. What you do?
That's some penalties. Somebody caught up with you. That's what that is.
I know Devin has something to do with this. But anyway, let me get out this sports segment. I don't know what the heck going on right now. Anyway, long story short, the Commanders are being sued by DC AG. I just want to get you guys take. Is this a bunch of tap dance and a lot of show with no substance to it? I'm gonna start with you, Devin. What you think about this?
Man, I don't know. I was distracted by the foolery going on. I don't even know what's going on. Back to y'all.
Okay, Brother Black, what you got, brother?
I think this is real. This is a Monday, y'all. Forgive us. This is a true Monday. I promise. But
yes, sir.
I think this is real. I think. For the first time, we're seeing a crack in the good old boys network because NFL is slowly becoming a lot more like the NBA anyway. They've taken pages out of the NBA, and we've seen it happen with the NBA with what they did to Sterling with the Clippers. And so there's been a lot going on here. And here's the thing. They have to sacrifice one of their own. Mr. Kraft, he got his problems.
Mm-hmm.
The Crypt Keeper, as you call him, Devin, he got his problems, and they're gonna have to sacrifice one of their own because so much is going on, and it's a different time now with the Me Too and the cancer culture, and just so much is going on. They've got to sacrifice one of their own. This is real.
Okay, Brenton, you calm down over there, brother. You good?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm all right. I don't know what's going on right now.
Okay, what's your thoughts on all these shenanigans going on in DC?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like it's almost a ploy. And I'll say here, I'll give a good conspiracy theory. We needed a black owner. I don't think there's many white people that's going. They're not gonna let you all the way black in. But apparently, this whole move where Thursday Night Football and Amazon, that was a setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Jeff all of a sudden finna buy the team, and then he finna buy with Jay-Z.
Right.
That's a setup. So, they could have been done got rid of Daniel Snyder. I mean, they been knowing about it. So, like you said, if the FBI know where to pick up the fools, well, then everybody know where the bodies are, no matter what you're doing. So this is what classism does. It makes moves and don't apologize for doing it, and they just make it seem like it's just business as usual. So I just think, Bezos got way more money than, Snyder. So, them boys probably gonna come in and start just, doing what Golden State Warriors did for a while, which is pay that royalty tax. I mean, what does he care? He'll make that up next week. So I think that's what's going on. Just the move. That's all.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, and then I'm gonna toss it back to you, Brenton. I think it's just a waste of America's and taxpayers' time. It's just a wasted investigation. We already know that there was improprieties going on in the workplace with Daniel Snyder. The NFL, the owners, they can vote him out of there whenever they get ready. But it's the good old boys club, like we know it is. So he got money. Definitely, I think he's going to sell. They saying the valuation of the Commanders team is probably would sell for like $5 billion right now. So most likely he's going to sell. Then the Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z connection, I don't know about Bezos, but they'll probably let him buy it, even though he's allowing alleged anti-Semitic videos being posted to his Amazon
100%.
business. So I don't know. Most likely he'll end up being able to buy it. So there we go. That's it. That's my sports minute. Salute to the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go eat me a grilled cheese sandwich and in honor of Devin and her Cowboys, and go
See, them
Packers.
karma gods is why you was knocked off the internet a minute ago.
Go back, just like we knocked y'all off in overtime yesterday.
Oh,
go Packers!
Nice. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know where you're gonna get some Wisconsin cheese from, because you probably gonna get some cheddar, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be some regular cheese, but it all come from the same place. It's all good.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. All right, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Where we at next? Listen, y'all. This is becoming too common now. We've never talked about toxic relationships. We may have mentioned it, but we've never made it a segment. So, just in a few words, Kenny, what is a toxic relationship?
It's toxicity between them. It's dysfunction. I mean, to keep it simple, it's a dysfunctional relationship between man and woman, man and a man, whatever it is.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay, madam, what do you?
Let me see how I can nicely say this. Fighting and ducking, rinse and repeat. Fighting and ducking, rinse and repeat.
All right. Black, I'm pretty sure you've had a few.
Ironically, I've never been in a toxic relationship.
Yeah, me either.
To be honest with you, of all the things I've done, I have no clue how to react with somebody tearing my ish up and me tearing their stuff up. Because if you can elicit that kind of emotion out of me, I've always had the mind to walk away,
Mm-hmm.
But I think toxic relationship is when two people just simply do not belong. They're not good for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For me, it took me a minute to think about what toxic relationship mean, because are we saying that relationships are without arguing and without struggle?
No.
But that's what, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when does the bridge begin to lean to toxicity versus just normal life and people not handling things? So with that being said, I want to talk about this story, but I want to talk about it through the eyes of toxicity and then see where we come up with. So there was a man, he was an ex-college basketball player. He actually killed his wife in Dallas.
Yeah, I saw that story. Yeah,
his name was James Edward Frost II. He was 51 years old, and he played basketball for Missouri in the 90s. His wife was 46, so they were 7 years different. That was something for me right there. Medical examiner with the Dallas County Medical Office. He went to her office and he shot her, killed her. The bodies of the couples were found inside Frost's office, according to the reports. Before shooting himself, he allegedly shot a second employee in the medical examiner office. It said, according to the records, the couple married in July of 2001, had 2 children. Beth filed for divorce on May 2nd, as reported by the Dallas Morning News. So apparently, my man was getting loans from his daddy, getting loans from banks, and he couldn't pay them back. And so he took out a loan from his daddy in the amount of almost $300,000. The bank wouldn't give him that much. They gave him about $50,000. The defendant had paid about $75,000 of it back to his daddy, but I'm assuming that this is one of the top two issues with marriages, right? It's sex and money.
And money, yeah.
Right. So, but killing her, I'm not sure what that did. So, is it just people not handling life properly, or is it toxicity brewing? I mean, this is becoming too common that people want to kill other loved ones because for various reasons. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Here it is. We're gonna be real, parents. If you got your kids, tell them to step out for a second because I'm going to talk about something. I'm not saying that I've never felt a certain type of way when me and my wife have gotten into it. Of course I have, because number one, I'm disappointed her and I'm frustrating myself, and it's like, well, why do I want to live? Right? Because I'm getting angry. The person that I'm close to, I get that. I've had those feelings before, but I've never acted on them. Right? Because it was just a time for me. So again, we're talking, it's so many variables you can put in this: mental health, maturity, all these different things. But to come to a place to where you want to like end the life of, I mean, man, you have literally left your two kids here to figure out life now, and for always asking the question, why did daddy do that? I don't know. Who wants to start?
Let me start.
Okay, boss. Yeah.
I would say this. In my 25 plus years working in the news, media, television news, when it comes to this, when you're talking about divorce, 95% of the time when it's murder, suicide, when it's divorce, it's the man killing the woman. It's always been that. Always. The woman files for divorce, the man can't handle it, and he decides to kill her and kill himself. Don't know why, but that's a mental, that's a love issue. Because I would tell people all the time, love is a powerful drug. And sometimes people get addicted to love and they don't know how to let go. And they feel like if you can't have her, if I can't have her, can't nobody else have her. And I could care less that they're not even thinking in their right mind. But again, this has been going on since the beginning of the time. This is a sad story. I've seen it too much in my life time in television. And I don't know. It's something in a man that triggers a man when a woman tells him that she don't want to be in this toxicity anymore and he can't handle it. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I don't know what to say.
Okay. All right, Black, go ahead.
So for me, this doesn't necessarily speak to toxicity for me, because I don't have enough information to go off of. How I define toxicity is, again, two people that's just, it's unhealthy for them to be with each other. And it's a demonstrable level of, dysfunction. I don't know enough about this to say that. What this speaks to me is where we've normalized unhealthy relationships, and this smacks of the ultimate level of selfishness. I think we've bred a society to where that's the bigger problem right there. And I think it manifests itself even in other ways other than just violence and, killing somebody. But when I look at the example of this right here, this is a person who, for him, I don't want to live. I don't like what my life is, so I'm going to take you with me. And as you said, I'm damn the children and leaving them behind. He's not thinking about that. And to me, we've normalized that. That to me, in far too many homes, children are a byproduct of we've gotten away from the old school traditions where when you bring children into the world, you're no longer the parent, the priority. You're supposed to be responsible for them to provide a better life. But what I see far too often is that's in the background, and it's me, it's what I want. And to Brother Kenny's point, I think we're seeing just as many instances now where the violence is on the flip side, where there's women too that if you leave me, I'll kill you, or they will initiate the violence. you know. And again, it's normalized because that's his way of demonstrating that he loves me. And so I think that's what breeds in unhealthy relationships. And it's a level of unselfishness that we've never seen before, because it's normalized, you know, and it plays itself out in that way for me. But I don't know if that's toxic.
Yeah. I hear you. All right, madam, go ahead.
I have encountered people that are toxic, but I'm not a toxic individual. To me, toxicity is friends that I've had who call me crying on Monday because this man is so horrible because he keep cheating or doing all this insane crap to them or their children. And then I'm like, you need to leave him alone. I can't stand him. And then they call me on Wednesday because they in love again and he's sorry. And then next week we do the same thing. To me, that's toxicity.
That's toxic. Yeah, right.
I mean, I've had my life threatened more than once with men in my past. And I don't consider myself toxic. I consider just them crazy. And I don't even think it's a love thing, because to me, truly, if they loved me or loved my children, they would kind of, I think for a lot of people, that's an ego thing. It's almost a how dare you leave me and think you're going to go off and be happy while I'm sad. So I don't think there's any love associated with that. I think it's strictly ego, because a lot of women who are in the type of situations that I was in, where they left that individual or they broke up, it was when he was ready and when he moved on. And that's okay, him to move on. But for you to think you're going to move on before he's okay with that and go off and be happy and live your life, that's just an ego thing, because that person can't cope with being embarrassed in the eyes of outside individuals. So I don't think that has anything to do with toxicity. I think some people are just crazy and selfish and don't care about anybody but themselves. And I think that's just who they are. And I think women are different today, where we don't stay in relationships forever and ever and put up with whatever and whatever, as long and as hard as we used to. We move on, and that bruises a lot of egos of men. When you do have that toxic masculinity and things like that happening, I think that's all it is. You just don't want to look like no whatever in front of the public.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was this article, and I'll just say this, and if anyone wants to add on to this, we'll move on. So there's red flags that there's a science to spotting a toxic relationship. It says at its face, it says relationships are blissfully perfect. They all take effort and compromise, but here are a few of the signs. It says probably the most obvious red flag is that your partner threatens you physically or actually perpetuates physical violence against you, setting aside forms of consensual and safe sexual practices that involve domination, bondage, and similar acts for a sense of what this kind of physical threat feels like. It also talks about coercion, where they would say, well, if you don't sleep with me, I'm going to go sleep with somebody else. So it's, I guess to our point, it's not being in a relationship, but taking advantage or manipulating the relationship.
Yeah.
May be what is toxic. And I believe that we have to, we almost, when they talk about men doing things in the greater good, it's almost to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to use common sense in these situations. Again, I'll make this statement. I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it between you guys, but if a woman wants my assistance in helping a man, you're not going to get it when he's beating your head. And what I mean by that is,
right.
I'm not going to get in between something that's already manifested.
Right.
I've been a man all my life. Let me talk to you before you get involved. I'll give you the red flags, and then you can make an informed decision. So don't ask for my help at the end of it. I need to be able to assist you at the beginning, because there ain't a man I ain't seen that I don't know about. Not one. It's hard for a man to fool another man, especially when a man has been around the block a few times.
That's true.
So if y'all want our help, don't ask us at the end of the thing. Ask us at the beginning. But the problem is, okay, I ain't gonna go there. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, you ain't gonna change. Listen, you can't teach a new dog new tricks. Old dog new tricks. So just don't try it. And okay, all right. If you just don't trust us, well then don't fuss at us when we're not there for y'all at that end of the situation.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to address that moment. It's probably so much more we can talk about.
Yeah, it's a lot more you could unpack with that, man. That could be a whole show, real talk.
Yeah, and maybe one day we can, you know what I'm saying, do that. So, all right, man, what we got next? Yeah, student loan forgiveness. We talked about this, Lee, didn't we tell them? They were coming for them. And listen, y'all wasn't listening. We said all they wanted was y'all information. So Uncle Joe said, no, I promise I'm going to do it for y'all. And now the judges done stopped y'all.
Yeah, the judges. They
done blocked it. So apparently the U.S. government has stopped taking applications for President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness because a district judge named Mark Pittman wrote on Thursday that the plan was unlawful because it overstepped the power of Congress. So now you done gave up all your information for nothing. Black, we told him.
I work in education. I see this. I saw this. I just know how it works. And
crazy.
They didn't go out and hire literally all hundreds of thousands of new people for no reason. Also, did it not dawn on people that this was all happening right before a midterm election cycle? Is it a coincidence that right when the election is over, now, we can't do this? Look outside your window, folks. Over the last probably 6 months, they've been fixing highways, roads, street signs, putting up new buildings and everything. Watch how quick that shit stops.
It's always on election time. Go on, Kenny.
You know what's amazing to me, man, is how people put all their faith in thinking that politicians gonna do the right thing and gonna take care of the working Joes, the middle class. Do you think that why do people put their faith in politicians? I don't know why you do that, because they lying to you all the time. They get your hopes up. It's just like, you expecting Christmas gifts under the tree on Christmas, and your mom and daddy ain't got no money, so you sitting there waiting for Christmas gifts knowing they ain't coming. I don't know why people put all this faith in these politicians, because they lie just to get in there, man. It's I don't know, but that's politics. This is politics at its finest, in my opinion.
Yep. So. Well, ma'am, didn't we tell them?
We did, but the great thing is, because I was one of those people that jumped on. The great thing is, but the great thing is, it's on the same site that you go on to apply for student loans, and you actually give them less information than you did when you applied for student loans. So you literally only gave them your first and last name and your social, and they have a lot more than that in the system, in the same system already. It's just basically saying you agreed to let them take that money from you. So it was money I didn't have anyway, and I don't ever plan to pay a thing off anyhow. So it really don't bother me. I'm just mad, and I'm gonna need somebody decent to run against him, because now I'm in my fifth.
Yep. Well, Brittany said, why do they wait till the people apply? We already told y'all, they hustling.
They hustling. They hustlers, man. They straight pimp. They pimp y'all from the highest pimptivity.
You've been giving out your mama's
PPP loan. See,
that's right. You've been giving your mama's address out for 10 years just to get them food stamps. Now they want the real address. So now, they got your real address, your real phone number now. So now they know where you at.
Yeah, there you go.
So like Lee said, when his friend want to come pick y'all up, they right there. Anyway, all right. So good luck with that, y'all. Y'all just know. Y'all just know it's always something waiting on the other side of that money, that gold. So, all right, man, where we at? I'm ready to talk about this. Hey, leave my mama.
Leave my mama out of this.
You don't want to put her in there. I don't know. Stop giving that address out, honey. All right, I'm ready to talk about this foolery right here. This is. I got one question for Lee. I just want to know. You can go and put it over here. I'm just for that one question, Lee. I just want to know. Can old girl get it?
Oh, hold on.
Who?
Okay. All right. I just want.
Okay, I want to see who y'all talking about.
Y'all know all I do is mind my own business and drink water. That's all I do. But
yeah, right.
But while minding my business, all of a sudden I was alerted to send a PSA out to all my fellow females. You ain't ever too old. Eat the cake, ice cream, and chips because comedian Lunel has made her OnlyFans page, and I heard she raking in the dough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna need these brothers to tell the truth and tell me if they've been over there, but maybe it cost too much, so they came on back. I don't know. Y'all be honest. I don't even care who go first. Who gonna go see Lunel? She already showing y'all pictures in her thong and all her titties and stuff. So I mean, you can go over there and you can get all up in the snatch. Who going or who already been?
Let me be clear. Let me be unequivocally clear. I just started taking Ozempic. I'm injecting a shot into my fat ass belly right now. I got pins and needles banging on my legs and feet. I'm limping around this mofo. You know, dick won't get hard like it's supposed to no more. Got my new refill for my pills. Lunel can't do nothing for me. Ain't nothing she got that I want to see, touch, lick, or nothing. If she licked on the doorknob, I don't even want to open the door.
Man, listen, I have had a bent for a long time. I was really attracted when I was out there. I wasn't mad. I really was attracted to older women. I won't get into the
I thought you was getting ready to say you was attracted to Lunel.
Oh, never. No, sir.
Oh, okay.
No,
all right.
Listen, you can see Lunel. You can see Lunel. You can see her in the projects at the washateria taking off her bra to put it in the washing machine. That's old news, man. That's hot. That's the one that's the one that if it's 4 of y'all going out and then 3 of y'all got somebody, your homeboy just gonna end up having to sleep with her because it just ain't gonna work, man. There's nothing about that is appetizing. Nothing. And a shame on those pandemic hoarders who have nothing better. What did the world? Why is he doing this?
No, baby, no.
See that right there? Okay. Anyway, every bit of that about no. Listen, that ain't even something you want to imagine. No, I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. That's old. Everybody would pass it up like a bus seat. A bad bus seat. Nobody won't see that.
And I've slept with fat women, stinking women, women with no legs, no teeth. I've been there, done that. Lunel still can't get it.
Hey, Miss Toria, good to see you. DJ, I'm with you.
Ken, good loving, followed by some good chicken and dressing and gravy. You in? You in?
What you doing if the Packers can win the Super Bowl?
No, she can make a bad peach cobbler.
I'm gonna put this in football terms. If it's 4th and goal and I'm at the 1-inch line and I can score the winning touchdown and my team will win, hell to the no, I ain't playing Lunel.
I'm sorry.
We just gonna lose the damn game. No, hell to the no. Anyway, did that answer your question, Miss Devin?
Now I'm going to find OnlyFans of dudes and see if she like it.
I hear y'all. I hear all of y'all over there to the side, all y'all over there. But first of all, if she got her OnlyFans, it's because somebody own it. Somebody watching it, somebody enjoying it, somebody indulging.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people might let her come in the back door, but I bet they go open the door. What's up, Brenton?
Can I tell you who's watching them? They get a SSI check on the first. That's the only person watching. Guaranteed. Social Security, SSI. That's who's watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a niche audience.
That's right.
The guy that's in the basement rubbing peanut butter all over himself.
Yeah. That's right. That enjoyed 2 girls in one cup.
I'm just gonna reiterate this. Brittany, Toria, don't worry about it. No matter how old we get, no matter how many cankles we get, you eat your chips, you eat them grits, You eat them potatoes. It's always somebody who gonna like it, and you can always start an OnlyFans and get your money. When the job market and the recession keep coming, we can hop on that OnlyFans and get it, honey. Don't worry. I can go back to minding my own business.
It's true. It's true. It is true.
And keep me out.
That's true though.
I will say,
let
me tell you, I will say this. I had a cousin now. Now listen, he would knock down a wooden door if it had some lips on it. So I believe that there's somebody out there that would snatch that dummy up. But I'm just telling y'all, they don't work 40 hours and they don't.
Shout out to Lou Nail.
Oh my God. Oh, Ninja. Yes, that's exactly who watches. Yes, sir. So anyway, no, I'm not gonna say anything else about that woman. Come on, let's go to the next topic. That's a lot. That's a lot. My goodness. Yes. Okay. Listen.
Oh, y'all. What a segue. We go from Lou Nail to favorite Thanksgiving side.
Listen, she looked like a big old turkey sitting on that plate. Woo! Somebody post some dibbly gravy on them chitlins. Chitlins back. I saw chitlins. I saw butter rolls. I saw all She is making her coins, and ain't nobody mad for doing that.
I ain't mad at her.
But you know who coins she ain't gonna get?
Right. Not mine either.
No, even if you gave me $5 and told me to put it on that, you just gave me something to give me a free pizza. I ain't giving her a dime. So listen, y'all, it is coming to the holiday season, and Thanksgiving is not my favorite holiday, but I do enjoy eating. So it does. I do have a very good appreciation for that. Anyone of y'all cooking this year? Are you?
Oh, Miss Devin, you cooking?
Devin can cook. All right.
Oh, that's up.
Well, listen, we're gonna do this for the next 2 weeks until I wanted to talk about this week about favorite sides, and I wanted to see what's your favorite Thanksgiving side, and I'm gonna bring up something else next week to see what our favorite is. So, Kenny, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? Can't wait to enjoy.
Side or side piece? You talking about Thanksgiving?
Now, see, you trying to mix Luann with the Luann plate of Luby's. I don't care what you eat.
You know what? My favorite.
I don't care what you eat.
Wait a minute. Pump your brakes, player. What's my favorite side? My favorite Thanksgiving side is probably broccoli rice casserole.
Brittany said collard greens. Okay. Yeah, that is a good one. Mac and cheese. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, broccoli rice casserole is my favorite.
I swear that's my brother. That's my favorite side.
Mac and cheese?
Rice, broccoli cheese casserole.
Y'all are brothers, man.
I swear to God, I was thinking that.
That's it. Well, madam, since you cooking,
I can live off dressing and gravy. I could eat that probably every day of the calendar year.
Okay. Yes. Listen, my kids don't touch their leftover after Thursday.
Wow.
They may eat lunch Friday, but other than that,
after that, that's a wrap, huh?
That's it, man. I gotta go in there. I'm still on that thing next Monday. Turn it up, man.
By Monday, I'm done with it too. I'll be honest with you. By Saturday, I'm over it.
I don't normally eat dressing like that during the year. So when it's here, I'm tearing it up, man. Mm-hmm. My favorite side, I would have to say, my wife, she does a mean sweet potato casserole.
Okay,
it's for real, man. Like I don't even eat the dessert because that casserole be hitting, man. So she does that. But I agree with all y'all. The greens, the mac and cheese. I just hate going on somebody's house that can't cook.
Yes.
Oh, I can't stand it. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. So just for all y'all that can't cook, listen, get an OnlyFans page and then go.
I just make my own food at the house and go over there and pick and then come back and eat.
Come back home and eat. You know what I'm saying? Get your OnlyFans so somebody else can cook. Please, by all means, make your money. All right. Well, good. Well, next week we'll talk about another thing for Thanksgiving. But ladies and gentlemen, it is one of the most favorite times of the show. Lee Black, please holler at us for a second. It's so hard to say goodbye. Come on.
I'm so glad you sang this song. For those of you who don't know, that song was famous from the movie Coolie High. How it ended, iconic song, movie, and again, organically, we transitioning from Thanksgiving to my topic. We're heading into the holiday season, and this is a very strange time of year for a lot of people, including myself. The movie Black Panther, it bookends the tribute to Chadwick Boseman. You could hear a pin drop at the very beginning, and then at the end, there is a scene in the movie, and again, I'm not giving away any plots, where there is a ceremony where she's saying goodbye to her brother. And she utters a line in the movie where she says, everybody was trying to save the king. I was just trying to save my brother. And why is that important? And why am I talking about so hard to say goodbye? I saw this movie Friday night at 12:30, and Saturday and Sunday, I had the most vivid dreams about my two brothers who are no longer with me. They both died of HIV and AIDS. And it's been a tough weekend to kind of deal with that. And the very first thing that happened this morning when I went to work was one of our coworkers took his life over the weekend. That's how my day started.
Wow.
Now, before you get sad and all bent out, I'm not going to drag you down with that. I wanted to do this topic for a reason, because in the movie, as she transcends to Black Panther, part of the ritual and the lore of Black Panther is they draw their strength from their ancestral plane, because they don't truly pass on. They gain strength and courage from those that have went before them. And I got to thinking about that. And I can sit here and tell you everything that makes me me comes from my two brothers. And around this time of year, there's many people going through it because loved ones are not here. Some of us right here on this panel, my brother right here on this panel. And so the holidays can be a tremendous time of pain and loss. And I ride around this time of year, have a ritual every Friday where I go out, because I'm dealing with, that my family's not together. Now, I'm not sad, and I don't want you guys to be sad. I wanted to bring a little hope to people. Whatever your religious connotation is, I'm going to share scripture with you, because despite all of my fuckery and foolishness, excuse me, Kenny, I do have a spiritual center. And Revelation chapter 21, verse 4, it says, he will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. Now, whether you believe in heaven, reincarnation, or whatever your beliefs are, I know that God allows my brothers to still be with me, because the dreams I have, they're current, they're up to date. And so while I'm no Black Panther, and I don't have to die to experience their strength and those bonds, I do have the power of seeing my brothers on a regular basis, and they give me strength and courage. And I know that they're proud of what I've become, because they poured into me everything that I am. Paul, who was a drug dealer, in and out of jail, that's the street side of me. My brother Al, who introduced me to ballet and culture and museums, that's the intellectual side of me. And to be able to merge those two things together, that is the superpower that makes me me. So I want to give a little hope to anybody out there who is dealing with loss of loved ones. They're not gone. They're here. You have to accept it and enjoy strength from that. And then you don't have to say goodbye. Welcome into your heart, into your mind, and welcome those dreams. It makes us authentically who we are, and we're all superheroes because of it. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, so much. I appreciate that.
Much respect. Thank you, brother. For sure.
Man, I guess since you made that so clear, I guess I have to make a confession. I did burp earlier. I thought I muted my mic. But I didn't know it was me that y'all was talking about. So I just want to apologize to my family. So if y'all go back here to the show, yeah, that was me. My bad. I had a little drink over here, so I thought I muted. That's why I was like, "Can y'all hear me?"
Oh man.
Okay, all right. So yes, Devin, that's me, ghetto. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, all right. Yes, I'm moving on, sister. All right, man. Thank you. Listen, man, fantastic show. Look, listen, y'all. If I don't do nothing else, every week. I'm gonna come see these people once for 1 hour a week. It does a body good. I mean, it does your heart good, does your mind good. So I appreciate y'all so much. That's why I couldn't leave the stage without being out. Yeah, that was all right. I'm sorry. My bad. All right, brother Kenny, give me your final thoughts, man. I appreciate you.
I'm glad you fessed up to that because you had you had me all out there in the middle of 635 looking crazy. I'm like, what the world was that?
I didn't know y'all was talking about me. I'm like, what noise y'all?
But anyway, I know Miss Brittany want us to move along, but I want to say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody to use a curse word and then read a scripture right after. So I think somebody gonna get saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost with you. Anyway. Wow. Much love to you, brother. But I don't really want to end on a sad note, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention this sad, tragic event that happened at the University of Virginia today. Yeah. Three young men, 3 football players were shot and killed by a former teammate, and 2 other students were shot and injured. And it's just sad that our young people can't even go to college and be safe. But I just want to send out my condolences to the University of Virginia, to those young men families, to those 2 that was injured. And just, man, we got to get a hold of these guns, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. So I just, with the holiday season now, you got families that going to be having to bury these young brothers right before Thanksgiving. So I just want to send my condolences out to the University of Virginia and to all those families. That's my final thoughts.
Yep. College ain't what it used to be like, man. I'm trying to convince my kids not to go far from me. So yeah, I just can't do it. All right, so I appreciate it. Ma'am, please, by all means, give me your final thoughts. And again, I apologize for it.
I hate to also be a little somber, but because we hit on it a little bit in my own experiences, ladies, I'm gonna need us to start recognizing red flags like really, really early on, and to learn the difference between he loved me and obsessed with me with he just might be crazy. And the longer you with him, the crazier he is. You need to start paying attention, because when you get to the end, it's much harder to walk away. But if you do get in it and you need to get to the end, you need to make sure you have a safe exit. Whatever that may look like. But I know a lot of women who are in very toxic situations where they do go back and forth in love and hate, in and out, double dutch. And I do worry if they're ever brave enough, strong enough, or fed up enough to walk away, what that could look like. So that kind of concerns me. And I don't know what needs to happen for that kind of dialogue to be opened up. Like some women are fortunate enough to have big brothers and dads and uncles in their corner to help them feel a little bit more protected, but others are not, and them and their kids both are in danger. And some men don't care because they can get you when y'all ain't around at work. So let's just start paying attention to these red flags and start protecting ourselves like really early on. It's okay to be with just a nice guy that's not crazy.
Amen.
I agree.
Amen, sister.
Self-control should be a part of that character that you need, you like. He can have a nice chest, but he need to have some good self-control too. So yeah, that was sad, Miss Tori.
It's sad, Miss Tori. Yeah.
All right, Black, what you got, brother, for us?
I want to issue a challenge to my family out here. This is a odd time of year. There's a lot of people out there that's hurting, believe it or not, and not everybody knows how to cope. And we're blessed that we get to come here for an hour, like you said, and laugh. And this is healing. This is therapeutic for me, because I was feeling away today. And what I've done every night, my sister, and my niece, we talk every night. I challenge everybody, reach out to a cousin, a family member that you've been thinking about, that you don't often call, check on them. Make it a ritual, even if it's nothing but for the next couple of months. Hey, just have a fun conversation, before you lay your head down. I don't care if it's 10 minutes, hey, did you catch the news tonight? Hey, what you think about that game? You'll be surprised mentally and emotionally what that can do. So I just want to challenge all of us to, people don't last forever, don't take each other for granted.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yes, sir. Man, I almost feel bad for my final thought now. You guys are really being sincere.
You need to turn it. Can you flip it? Can we flip it?
No.
You weren't feeling bad when you burped during my segment.
No, we need the humor. I look forward to your last segment. I promise you.
Okay, all right. I apologize. Well, I'll just say I don't mean no harm, but what I'm talking about. But there it is, real quick question for y'all. Y'all know I am. What is the best way to keep somebody out your business?
Burping in a segment.
Oh man, you just ain't gonna let me live that down, is you? I'm gonna be hearing it.
Roll alone. Walk alone.
Walk alone.
You ain't gonna tell on yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And what'd you say? Block them, Devin?
Block them.
Oh, okay. Block them. Okay, that's a good one.
All right. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Kenny probably ain't gonna let me live that down ever. I'm gonna just say, all right. I'm gonna just have to just live with it, Kenny. You're right. I burped. Excuse me. Okay. All right. All right. Well, here it is. I think I have a solution. And this may not be too shabby. So let's just see.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, my man walking, mind his own business, and you know what I'm saying, you won't call smack him on the butt. I'm gonna just tell you, man, you leave folk alone, man. This is people's business. And so the next time somebody won't get up in your business, I want you to leave both your feet in the air, and I want you to boom right in their chest, right? Get out my business, right? You know what I'm saying? Go get into Lou Land's business because she wants y'all to pay that $8. That old stinky. Anyway, all right. So hey, that's how y'all do it. If you don't have a good way to keep people out your business, give them 2 of them feet and put it right in between their chest, and they'll keep out your business, right? Okay. All right. So on behalf of TFG tonight, that is Devin, that is Kenny, that is Lee, and again, once again, Kenny, excuse me for burping earlier. But
that's all right. Go Packers. Go Packers.
See on life, baby.
See y'all on Monday.
Please.
Peace.